Hello everyone, Sabrina here from Scrappy Tales Crafts, and I'm back today with a fun little box. This is going to feature our new Polar Express Deluxe card kit. I thought it would be fun to create a custom box for this because there's only 12 products inside, but we made well over 30 projects with everything in here. And there's a nice mix of dies, stencils, stamps, and then there's even a little bonus product that we haven't done before in here, which is very exciting. And it all centers around the Polar Express. And these trees and the bridge are a stamp and stencil set. This main train image is a die in this box. So I'm really happy with the artwork on the box, and I'm so excited to show you what's inside. So there is some exclusive product in the box that you cannot buy separate. And there is $300 worth of value inside for 20% off. We're selling the box for 20% off with the exclusive items. And once these card kits are sold out, they will not be restocked. Only the items available for separate purchase will be restocked. So I'll talk about that when we get into the box, but I will say, you know, we have a good amount of these, but we've never done something like this before. So if you like the contents of the kit, I would definitely snag one as soon as you can. And we did create over, I think, 30 projects with just 12 products that are in this card kit. I also have a couple sneak peek lives that you can watch. So if you see some of the new pop-up designs and you want to see like immediately how they're built, just go ahead and go to my live section of my YouTube video to view those tutorials. So let's go ahead and get right in. I'm super excited about this box. I love the artwork. And all right, I'm gonna set it aside, but look how beautiful it is when you open it up. There's that little new product that we haven't done before yet. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing I have here is the paper pad. And as usual, these papers showcase the stamps and dies that are in the kit. So you'll see these images as their own die sets, or they might be part of a stamp set. And I just combined some patterns, different images to create my own patterns, and they are double-sided. So I'll go ahead and show the reverse. I love the color scheme, very traditional with the little pop of navy blue. And there's a nice mix of tone on tones with some more busy papers as well, and plaids. I know a lot of people love plaids for Christmas, and there's 4 designs of each paper in the paper pad, and they're 6 by 8.5, so they work well for 5 by 7 cards. Then here is the fun item that we have not launched before, and I will pause the video and take everything out so you can see every single piece that you get. All right, so I took all of the ephemera pieces out of the bag, and I have to count how many individual pieces there are, and I'll leave a number on screen, but there is a lot packed into this ephemera pack, and I just thought it would be fun to include these as an exclusive item because most of these images are true to size, meaning you can take this train and use the pop-up mechanism from the train die set that's included in this box. And that way you don't have to decorate a whole train with all these teeny tiny pieces. This will just create a really quick one for you. And I only did one of each just to kind of test it out. But if this is something you would like to see for future pop-ups as maybe like an add-on, let me know, because I think this is really fun. And I will have a 10 card one kit video where I showcase the idea. I made sure to create the front and back flipped versions so that you can do that, or you can use these separately on a card because this is almost 5 by 7 in size. This would look great on a A7 card. So I did that with this train set and this caboose set. So you can see again, they're flipped so that they can go front and back. Now with this set, I did not do that. I wanted 2 of these just in case you wanted, you know, I mean, you could do them flipped and then you can cut the tree off of this one. It's up to you. But these are also true to size. Same with the train ornament. I flipped these. Then we have some sentiments. I did 1 of each. Again, in the future, I can probably do more than 1, but I really wanted those full-sized sets, and that took up a lot of my artwork sheet that I was able to work on. So I kind of prioritized those, but I love these. Look at these little elves, and they're all printed on a heavyweight matte cardstock. Let me know for ephemera if you would prefer matte or gloss. I don't know. I really like the matte, but I think gloss would have made the color stand out even more. And I just love glossy cardstock. But let me know, because I know a lot of people also like matte. Then I did include the 4 characters in the passenger window set, and these you can put inside the tray. So all of these images are a part of some kind of die set or a stamp set. You will see these as stamps and dies as I get into the box. So this is a nice little preview of what's inside. These elves, I think, are also true to size. They work well with the train. Now look at these. These are amazing. These are 2 new stamp sets with coordinating stencils, and this is what you'll end up with. Gorgeous. I mean, I spent a really long time designing these stamps and stencils in the kit because I know stencils are like all the rage this year. And what's fun is you can put them inside the new A7 ticket die, which will look exactly like this with all the text and the little train on the side. So you can recreate this with the new die set, but you can also combine it with those new stamps and stencils to create some different tickets. And I think they would be great tags. I also included some of these little ticket sentiments that you can put on the sides. Again, this is true to scale as well. So this is what the ticket will look like. But of course you can glue it onto the ephemera piece as well. It's just nice when stuff is already done for you. And then here we have 2 believes. I thought that worked well for the Polar Express. I got a couple tiny images that I was able to fit inside. So we got snowflakes, teddy bears, presents, and a holly. I got just a scaled down version of the train with the caboose on the end. So, and then just another little train that I was able to put in there. So I'm super excited about the ephemera. Let me know what you think, and if we should continue bringing out more ephemera sets in the future. But this is an exclusive item. You cannot buy it separately. And I will showcase the ephemera set in my 10 card 1 kit video. All right, moving along. Here are those passenger windows, and you know what, I can like pull the ephemera. Well, actually no, because there's an image on the back. So those are the exact same characters that I just showed. And this is the die version. So you can have an unlimited amount of those. And this has to be one of the smallest sets we've ever done. It is so cute. All right, so that's the passenger window. And of course they coordinate with the new trains. So let me pull those out next. All right, so we have the train ornament, which I did feature in a YouTube live. So if you want to see the tutorial on this, check out that video. I'm going to put this paper here to cover the light. It's a 2-part set. It's exactly like our truck ornament from last year. So if you have that one, you'll be very familiar with how to put this together. And here is what the image looks like when it's fully paper pieced. You do get the little Santa. And to create the ornament, you'll need the front and the back piece. So you will glue 1 train front facing and 1 backwards, basically. And I show that in the video. Then the other train that we have, and these are full-size sets, guys. These are huge sets that are marked down 20% off by being in the kit. So here's the other train, and this one is a pop-up card. This one, technically you can, I think, use the ornament mechanism in this train as well. So if you want this to be an ornament, I think you'll be able to do that. I haven't tried that yet, but I don't see why that would not work. But with this mechanism, you can create a foldable card. So it folds up like this and fits in a 5x7 envelope. And it's not super thick, but it makes a great centerpiece. And then to go with that, I had to create a caboose. And this one is A2 sized. And it includes all the presents, the caboose, and the Merry Christmas. I love this set. And I'll show you the matching caboose for this train. And you can make a gazillion cabooses. So let me just pull in the rest of these. Hold on, I have one more somewhere. Isn't that adorable as a table setting? And they are all the same width. Again, you can turn the caboose also into an ornament if you want these to hang on your tree. You can make a garland out of them. That would be super cute. And the cabooses especially are so fun to customize. There's the little elves that you'll see, the tree set. And the caboose has the line of presents, but you can cut it up and make some smaller rows of presents, some individual presents. There are the elves. This is the pattern paper. So this is like kind of like a gingerbread train. I love this. And I showed in my live with my brother, we made these two pieces, and then off camera, I just made the other two cabooses. So they're just so fun. They're addicting to make. We made several sets that you'll see at the end of the video. But I love these. And the caboose also works well with the ornament. So let me find my ornament. So here, I made this ornament for TikTok if you want to see a video on how I made this. But yeah, I just put some twine and a bell on there so it can hang on the tree. This is a smaller train. I think this can be A2 sized if you want to turn it into a card. It is 5 by 4 3/4. It's a little bit bigger than an A2, but I think without the smoke, you'd be able to make it work. And then let me find the caboose. You can see I used the inside piece. You can put it behind the caboose, and then you can have a matching caboose. And here's the train that I made for it. And I showed this one in a live as well. Isn't that cute? I love it. All right, then we have some accessory pieces, including the little passengers. We have the tree. So I showed that. You can do an undecorated tree, or it does have all the pieces to decorate. One train we haven't done yet is one with the lights, and you can put the lights on the caboose. It is sized for that. And then you get the pearl scallop for the caboose, which is fun. And it also has North Pole Express sentiment on that one. And the dies are the items that you can buy separately and that we will be restocking, in case you're wondering. Here are those elves. You get 3 of them. And I did group the different sets together based on colors. So this whole grouping is red, and it goes with the girl. This whole grouping is red, and it goes with the sitting elf. So that way, you don't have to think too hard with colors. And I think, then the last die that we have is that ticket. So this one is just really cool for flat cards or for, and look, that's how big it is. It's huge. Works great for tags, or obviously it can be a 5x7 card. And you get all those words included. And we use those words a lot on our train sets as well. So I think this is a stunning die set. And those are all the dies. So again, those can be purchased separately, but we do not have a lot that can be purchased separately. And we are going to prioritize the box. So just know that all these dies will be 20% off if you buy the box, and you will get these exclusive items. So let's pull those in next. So the paper pad, the ephemera, the stamps, and the stencils are exclusive and they will not be restocked when the card kit sells out. So the first one we have is the Polar Express ticket bridge ticket. There are 3 stencils inside, but there's 6 parts to it. So you can cut it in half. There's part 1, part 2, and then, you know, so on and so on. And I originally wanted this background to be a stencil, but it was too detailed to turn into a stencil. So what I ended up doing is just making the background a stamp and like the main image that you would color separately. So this is what it would look like. And what's fun is this is a background stamp, so you can use any inks to create an ombre and you don't have to ink blend. You just do it onto the stamp directly and it's super quick. And then this one I colored in with Copics, but this entire image can be colored by the stencil. And I plan on going live. Well, I guess I'm filming this today, which you guys would have already seen this live go up. So if you want to check out me using the stencils, you can do that. And this is the size. It's a perfect A2 card panel. All right. And then the other one, I really like this set. Again, it has the background and it has the main image. Let me know if you want me to do more sets like these. This definitely took a long time to try to figure out not only how to color it, but also make it into the background stamp. And here is what this one looks like. Again, I Copic colored it because you just can't get that level of shading with stencils. So I did want to color some. But again, I will have a video up with the stencils and it just makes everything go by faster. And these trees on the side, you can stamp on the inside if you want like gold ornaments or white ornaments. That's what those pieces are. So yeah, these are really cool, and I haven't done, you know, stamp sets in so long. So yeah, that finishes off the whole box. So now let's get into the card samples. So I'll show these one more time. And that background was made with a stamp. I didn't do any ink blending. I just did 3 shades of blue. I did red, orange, and like a cantaloupe color on this one. And Copic colored. And I love how everything lines up. It's very satisfying when you stamp it out. These will be a part of my 10 card 1 kit video. So then I'll show, you know, the ornament set again. I did the same front and back just because it will dangle on the tree and it will spin. So I want to make sure that both sides are pretty for that. These would also make really cute tags. All right, let's pull in another train set. All right, and this set, we actually copied the packaging. So let me pull that in. So you can see that matches. I mean, not exactly, but pretty close. So if you're ever struggling with colors, I always recommend to create one as it shows on the packaging, because then you'll start getting more creative. And so that one we replicated for the center caboose. All right, and then on this set we have the trees with some more presents and Santa's bag. And this one we have all 3 elves on a caboose. This piece is included with the train and it also fits well on the caboose. And I love the gold mirror on this train set. All right. Let's show a couple flat cards. So I made this set with the passenger window. This is A2 size, so these are teeny tiny. I mean, you saw that was one of the smallest dies we've ever done, but it packs a punch with 4 different characters. And just a way to show you, you don't need to put them in the train. They look great on a regular card. And then here is one where I put all 3 elves on a card. This one's 5x7. This one has the lights from that tree set. And I copied the elves that are on the pattern paper because, again, that's a good reference to go off of. All right, now let's do another train set. or I'll show the ornament, this ornament again, front and back with the bell at the top. And then I made another little train ornament with some glitter cardstock. And this is one of the passenger windows. So the Santa comes with the ornament, but any of the 4 characters can fit in either train. And that's how it hangs. I did some wood beads on this one and that black and white one. I thought that was cute. And I love that they look cute on both directions. All right, let's do another train set. This one happens to be my favorite one. And my mom made this set. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the blue colors. And we were actually inspired by these wood beads. We were thinking about doing a garland, but in the end we decided not to, just because these trees are very dainty and we didn't want to risk ripping them. But look, she even decorated the backs of these. Like, wow. Actually, oh, this one was facing the wrong way. So I think it goes like this, actually. So, yes. Isn't that awesome? I love the colors. And okay, so these tall trees are from the Tall Tree and Deer set from last year's Trifold Christmas collection. We actually had a bunch of these trees pre-die cut for some Christmas classes we've been teaching throughout the year. So we pulled from our pile of trees to create these designs, but the toys and the teddy bears, that all comes in the caboose set. All the text is included in that ticket set. This one, you can see there's tons of sentiments in there. I love that everything is perfectly sized to work together. The snowflakes are in that ticket set as well. And yeah, this one is, my mom always does the most incredible winter cards. All right, now let's share another couple flat cards. These will be included in my 10 card 1 kit video. I'm not quite finished with it, but I have most of them done. So there is the train ornament just glued onto a 5x7 card base with some of the pattern paper. The Polar Express, that's from the ticket set. The presents from the caboose. Very cute. And I love that they're large images that take up an entire card, so you don't have to worry too much about the design. This one has the pattern paper also in the background. Isn't that cool? And again, I replicated the ticket on the packaging or also on the ephemera, because that's always a good place to start and get my creativity going. Used a sparkle pen down here to make the text down there pop out more. All right, now let's show a black and white set. Just because we tried to show you some more cutesy designs. Again, this one's made by my mom. I think you can tell which ones my mom makes. She really likes glitter and sparkle. But yeah, we wanted a mix of cutesy and then more elegant. So to me, this looks like a traditional Polar Express train like you would see in the movie. Went with grays, whites, and blacks for the train. Didn't put any characters in, just to show that you don't have to. You can put the wreath in the inside, and that's what she did with the blue one. So that's a cute idea. And then just look at how much detail are in these cabooses. Look how she decorated her trees with the bows. These bows are from the garland. The ornaments, the bear. She even put a little dot in the center of the present. She offset 2 trees to make it a little more fuller. Here's the row of presents with Santa's bag, Merry Christmas, the scallop edge. And these are just amazing. And then this one showcases 2 solid trees and 2 decorated trees on the front. This one she did stars instead of bows. But I love how monochromatic it is, but there's so much going on that your eye just doesn't know where to go, which is a good thing. So love that set. And let me again show them, because you'll see in the photos if you go to my Instagram, when they're all upright, truly, I would put these on a table because it's so long. I think it's over a foot long, so it's a great centerpiece. Okay, and really quick, I wanted to show my projects from last night's live. So I made this tag with the new Polar Express ticket and the ephemera image. I used the banner from the ticket as well. So I really like combining stamps and dies with the ephemera so that, you know, there's a little bit more interest than just gluing it onto a card. But you can see with the stamp and the stencil, you can get a similar look as the ephemera. And then here is the other ticket I made with the stamp and the stencil. I use pigment or Distress Oxide ink, so it's kind of covering the black outline. So if you want to avoid that, you can either keep the stamp image in your MISTI and re-stamp it, or use dye inks, and that won't happen. But I'm not much of a stenciler, so I'm still kind of learning, but I really still like how these turned out. So I'll show really quickly the set that my brother and I did together. We did these two on camera. I did the striped ones off camera, but I love the little pattern paper accents on this set. And I copied my mom's star idea on the trees here. Lots of glitter cardstock. We always go crazy with specialty cardstock for Christmas. And I really enjoyed cutting up the row of presents to get, you know, single presents here and there. And on this train, we put the elf and the snowman on the front. Or actually, it's supposed to go the other way again. And Santa and the reindeer. So this is technically the front, and this is the back. But you can, you know, you can have it either way. So I think technically it's supposed to go this way. Isn't that so cool? It looks like a gingerbread. I love it. I love the red peppermint wheels on the bottom too. All right, lastly, and guys, we only use 12, there's only 12 products in this card kit, and look how much inspiration we're giving you. Like, the ideas are never ending. So this will be in a video. I wanted to create some vintage tags using that Polar Express ticket with some of the stamps, new stamp sets. So I no-line colored the image on craft cardstock, which gives it that very vintage look. And I hand cut around the edge and popped it up. So this tag took a little bit of time because there was a lot of fussy cutting. But I put some vintage twine at the end. I did some Distress Oxide ink on these. This one's plaid. I put a little bit of glitter on this one. And this train is from the other stamp set. And then all the text is from the ticket. I did the Believe and continued the plaid all the way through. And then here is my last one. I like that they all have a little bit of pattern paper, and all the paper is from that new paper pad. There's that beautiful train. So I'll have a video out for these. I think these would be perfect for like masculine tags on your Christmas. And my Christmas presents always do plaids or just solid craft or solid red. So these will be perfect for my type of presents. All right, to finish it off, I thought it was very fitting to showcase a Halloween train. And I got, while I was doing one of my lives, or maybe it was both of my lives, so many people were like, please do a Halloween train. So I was able to do one and fit one in for today's showcase. Like, come on. Look how cute that is. So again, these witches were part of a card kit that we've been teaching at all the different shows we've been attending. So we had some leftover witches and some leftover cats on some pumpkins. So, you know, I did some minimal die cutting. I did the tree. This is from the same tree in the card kit, but I put pumpkins and skulls and bats on the tree to make it more Halloween-y. And then the bones and the owl and all the little pieces are from the new Halloween gazebo add-on. This little cat I had at the ready. This little, the chain of Pumpkin lights are from the gazebo add-on. I used some orange and white striped paper, and these all flatten and fit in a 5x7 envelope. So here's the train. I put ghosts in the inside of the windows. I did do the backs, but we don't do quite as much detail on the back, but we still make it look nice on the back. Put little pearls on the inside of the tires. Here's the centerpiece. Like, come on, these are the ghost freebies. There's a solid tree. These are from the Pumpkin Kitties die set from, I think, 2 years ago. These are the dancing witches, and that little dancing cat's included. You get both witches in that set. And then there's another tree that I made with the new die. So I thought that was a cute way to finish it off and remind you that, you know, we still have Halloween. You could still create Halloween cards. Don't feel guilty if you're still on Halloween and you're not on Christmas yet, because I had a blast making this train set. It was a nice change of pace. You know, I had to put away all the Christmas colors and bring back all the Halloween. So anyway, that finishes off the entire card kit. Thank you so much for watching, and I will have a link to purchase the kit below. The only items you can buy separately are the dies. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.